Hey guys, welcome back to another video. What a draft the San Jose Sharks just had, completely blowing the minds of fans with one of the best first rounds of drafting I can ever remember since being a hockey fan. Before we get into that, if you've been enjoying the content lately and you want to stick around for some more, please consider hitting that subscribe button as we're getting closer to 1,000 subscribers. So let's talk about it, the draft today. Honestly, I don't think I could have scripted a better outcome for the San Jose Sharks, and the funny thing is, a couple of days ago, I uploaded that video arguing how crucial these selections were and how impactful that 9th overall pick could be. Everyone was focused on second and whether or not the Sharks would go with D or Ford, and I was arguing the 9th overall pick was the selection to watch. Well, after everything Mike Grier did today, I think that argument just got a whole lot stronger. First of all, let's talk about Stenberg. I absolutely love this selection. If you've watched the channel over the last few weeks, you'll know this isn't a surprise. I've been advocating for Stenberg ever since the Sharks hit the jackpot with that lottery. He's dynamic, he's competitive, he's NHL ready, he fits alongside Macklin Celebrini, Will Smith and Michael Misa as the Sharks continue building one of the most exciting young forward groups in hockey. I genuinely feel like Sharks fans are going to fall in love with this kid. This was the easy pick, the slam dunk. This was the decision every general manager in hockey would have loved to have made. Now Mike Grier, he simply took that best player available, and that is exactly what he should have done. So let's talk about the pick that was really fascinating to me, number 9, because this is where things become really interesting. Going into the draft, there was a lot of discussion around Chase Reid. Would he fall? Would the Sharks move up? Would Mike Grier make another aggressive move to get the player he wanted? Well, ultimately, the Sharks stayed patient and they walked away with Keaton Verhoeff, and honestly, I love the fit. Could Chase Reid become a fantastic NHL defenseman? Absolutely, but when I look at Keaton Verhoeff, I see a player that fits exactly what this organization has been missing. He's big, he's mobile, he's competitive, he's physical, and most importantly, he's a player that could be much closer to becoming an NHL contributor than many people expect. There is definitely a chance that Grier and the Sharks staff really consider bringing him into the NHL this year, as he already has had that year of college under his belt. He truly is an exciting, game-changing piece, and he was still there at pick 9. Verhoeff was someone the Sharks highly considered at pick 2, and at stages throughout the last 12 months, he was considered to be first overall talent. A huge acquisition by Grier and his staff. Now let's talk about that William Eklund trade just for the last time, because I think this draft completely changes this conversation. When the trade happened, I was unsure. I thought the return felt incomplete. Then there were those reports stating that Mike Grier immediately tried to flip pick 9 for Bowen Byram. That told us something. The pick wasn't necessarily the goal, the flexibility was. Well, today we found out how that flexibility was used. The Sharks effectively turned Eklund into the opportunity to draft Verhoeff. While Eklund is a proven NHL talent, Verhoeff is the guy the Sharks need long term. If he can develop into the top right pair defenseman that the Sharks believe he can become, then the logic is crystal clear. The trade makes perfect sense. Because we've seen what teams are willing to pay for young defensemen. Bowen Byram and Simone Nemec, for example, those guys went for enormous hauls. Mike Grier decided to bet on developing his own talent. And then, he wasn't finished. The Sharks trade up, and they select Ryan Lynn. I absolutely love this move, another skilled right-shot defenseman who has amazing offensive talent, and not long ago, one of the biggest criticisms of this rebuild was the lack of right-shot defense. Well, now, the Sharks have a ton of talent. Kesselring, who was just acquired, Lynn and Verhoeff through the draft. You still have Eric Pohlkamp, and then on the left side, Cagnoni, Dickinson, Mukhamadullin. The pipeline suddenly looks balanced, it looks deep, and that's a huge change. And that's actually my biggest takeaway from this draft. It wasn't really about adding another star forward. That part was expected. That was the slam dunk, thank you, lottery balls. This draft was about fixing the biggest weakness in the organization. And Mike Grier attacked the blue line not once, but twice. And I think that's what separates a good draft from a great one. So where does this leave the rebuild? Honestly, in a fantastic position. The Sharks truly now have one of the most complete young cores in the league. A deep prospect pool and cap space aplenty. The vibes around the team are high. Is there still work to do? Absolutely. The Sharks aren't Stanley Cup contenders tomorrow, but I genuinely think this draft accelerates the rebuild in a meaningful way. After seeing Grier walk away with Verhoeff, Lynn and Stenberg, I think the Sharks have every reason to be super excited with these guys. And Sharks fans, you should be excited as well. So I want to hear from you. What was your favorite move from the draft? Were there any surprises for you? Or let me know about another move that happened around the league that really surprised you. Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.